In the Hamilton Park area of North Dallas,
we've got about 749 houses in this community.
A COVID-19 testing site and vaccine clinic was up and running outside a neighborhood church on Wednesday.
I live a couple streets back.
Helping to meet the needs of people directly in this area.
I was able to walk here.
Neighbor James Jones is among them. He's been trying to get the COVID-19 vaccine for weeks without luck until now.
A lot of times they don't have the people on the phone to be able to answer questions.
Hamilton Park United Methodist Church, Palmer Pharmacy Plus, and other agencies are partnering to distribute doses of the Pfizer vaccine at this clinic. They know long lines at regional vaccine hubs are an issue for some. Transportation and technology challenges are realities for many. And recent issues delaying distribution of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine aren't helping to ease some people's concerns.
We understand that there is some hesitancy, and rightfully so, within the community. But I think right now we understand that for us to get back to that idea of normalcy again, that this vaccine is probably the best way forward for us to do that.
At the same time, in southern Dallas County, DeSoto ISD is also busy running a COVID-19 vaccine clinic on Wednesday.
I just don't want to get sick like a lot of people.
The school district and its partner, Methodist Health System, are making Pfizer vaccine available for more than 1,000 staffers, students, and community members.
So many people are like, I wanted to get it, but I didn't know what to do. So you have people that are hands-on, helping everybody.
They are the latest in a growing number of churches and schools, trusted community sites, now becoming accessible vaccine clinics as more doses become available. These community-focused vaccination efforts will continue across DFW in the coming weeks. In DeSoto, I'm Damon Fernandez.